guys, welcome back to a new episode of the Moon and the Stars podcast.
Hello, everyone. I just woke up from a nap and I'm so tired, but whatever.
We are excited to be back though. We are finishing season 2, our rewatch.
Finally, my goodness.
Finally over with that. It's been a ride.
It's been too long.
And unfortunately, we finish on a bad note for us Team Conrad girlies.
Yeah.
These 2 episodes are really something.
It's a tough watch.
It really is.
It's a tough watch.
It's such a tough watch that she didn't watch them.
I didn't watch them.
And I did. So
I was like, I'm not watching them. So bad.
Yeah, I took a lot of notes and we have a lot to cover. A lot happens in these 2 episodes. Like really a lot of things go down and it's just really crazy.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right into it. So in this episode, we start off, last episode, which is episode 6, ended with the party that they had at the cousin's beach. And Belly calls Laurel. And Drunk calls her and spills the whole tea. So this episode 7 starts with Laurel coming and confronting confronting Belly. And wow, what an argument do we have there.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like the first time we watched that, we were shocked. And we know it happens.
Yeah, it's in the book. Yeah.
But it was so crazy. Like
a lot of what happens, well, I want to say a lot of what happens in these 2 episodes happens in the books, but at the same time, like there's still some stuff that there's
a lot of added stuff.
Yeah, it's so good. But anyway, Belly gets slapped. She reads Laurel down, which is why she gets slapped. And it's just like a sad little scene because everybody is just down.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for Laurel. Everybody thinks up on her.
Yeah.
I mean, she shouldn't have slapped Belly, but poor Laurel.
I do feel bad for Laurel. She's
definitely
going through it. But
she just
at the same
her best
time,
friend. Leave her alone.
At the same time, she needed someone to say, tell her that. Unfortunately.
I don't know.
So that's why
I know is if I talk to my mom like that,
I would get slapped too.
But even the way they talk to Steven and Conrad, the way they talk to her, I'm like, oh
yeah, later in that episode.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly for me. But whatever.
So anyway, Belly gets slapped and then she walks out and Jeremiah and Conrad both hear everything that went down. So not only is she shocked,
she's embarrassed.
Gagged, she's also embarrassed because oh my gosh, it was right in front of them too. So anyway, she goes out in the beach, and in the books it mentions that
I love this detail.
Yeah, in the books she mentions that Conrad knew well enough to not go after her.
No, she's like, I hear someone coming after me in the beach, and she's like, I know it's not Conrad because he knows me well enough to know that I don't want anyone with me right now. She was like, I know it's Jeremiah.
So Jeremiah goes up and tries to have a conversation with her, but the thing about this scene is that Belly tries to open up about literally everything, and then the boys and what happened with her and Conrad, and Jeremiah is just like, can we not talk about that? Well, listen here, Jeremiah. Belly just got slapped. She's trying to
also she can talk about whatever she wants. And he's
literally,
don't try to defend him.
Yeah, and
girl, what?
Yeah, later in that conversation, he says, I just don't want you to defend me or defend Conrad to me. Stop. Everybody needs to stop. Sir, what are you doing here, actually, if you're not going to help the situation?
No, it's annoying.
But there is something important that happens in the scene because she says, there's nothing between me and Conrad.
And Jeremiah goes, there's always gonna be something between you and Conrad. Real.
Jeremiah knows what's up.
He knew what's up. I don't know.
Yet he still.
That's why it makes it hard to feel bad for him. If you know, then why pursue?
Right? If you know there's always a keyword gonna be something between them. What? And the fact that he had to clock her, like, be like, no.
Yeah, be like, no, babes. There's always gonna be something between y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I'm gonna go ahead and say it because you're just gonna hear me the rest of this episode just be upset with Belly. But I cannot defend this woman in these episodes. I'm sorry. She gets on my nerves and I don't care. Okay? I love her down, but no. Just I can't. So anyways, after this, Steven now confronts Laurel because Laurel's like, okay, guys, what the hell is going on? Like, why is the house like this? Like, you need to figure it out. And and Steven says, well, actually, this isn't our fault. Like, blah blah blah. This happened. The house is being up for sale.
It is their fault. The mess.
Well, yeah, this is true.
Everything being out of the house was not their fault.
Yes. And so they find out that Laurel knew all along that the house was going to be put up for sale, and that what's their answer? The Aunt Julia, like, there was a whole mess. And Steven's like, well, what the heck? Why didn't you tell us? Like, Conrad had to find out this way, and that, like, ruined, him. And it's like, anyway, Steven was like, well, at least we showed up. At least Belly showed up when they needed them. Like, what were you doing? It's also sad.
It's sad. First of all, again, I'm going to defend Laurel because what did she know about it? No one said, hey, they're selling the house and the boys are over here. Like, come help. She would have. Yeah. Like, no one told her. She is like, guys, she's a girl. She just lost her best friend. Yeah. She knew her best friend longer than any of y'all knew. Susanna, sorry. Everybody's like up on her, and I'm like, y'all, she is trying. Okay,
I do get it though. I do get what Steven says.
I get what Steven says, but also no, I think he has a bad like perspective about it because yeah, they were there to help, but like, what did any of them tell Laurel?
I think it also no. Just didn't help the fact that Laurel, instead of like try and be understanding of what was going on,
Laurel,
like, she just
had her issues was like, for sure, in the way she was grieving and the way she wasn't showing and being there for Belly and Steven in that way. But I still don't think it was right for them to gang up on her like that because y'all can't expect her to know everything. Like, she was like, I thought they figured it out. Like, what was I supposed to do? It's between sisters. It's not even my family.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, I'm not gonna butt in.
It wasn't any of her business.
So like, how do they ask? Yeah, she would have been there because she did eventually help when they asked.
So then after this, we have Laurel and Belly, their reconciliation. This scene was so sad. Like, the first time, the first time we watched this, I definitely cried. It was just
sad.
Like, the whole situation is just sad in general.
Again, just reiterating, like, y'all, this is just a girl who lost her best friend.
Yeah, a girl who lost her best friend, trying to grieve, and then
trying to be a mother,
Belly
trying to be a daughter, but also grieving.
It's just a big old mess. But this scene, so it's really cute. It's sad. Again, it was part of the book as well, but they're on good terms now, which is great. And they were able to talk things through of how each person was feeling and like why each person did what they did. So it was just a cute little scene. Good daughter mother moment. And then after this, while they're picking up all the mess in the house, Laurel tells them, hey, well, at least now that I'm here, I'm going to try and talk to Julia and see if I can try and get the house back. And so everybody's like, oh my gosh, yay, like, finally an adult here to help
like, finally an adult with an adult perspective that's actually going to do something.
Yeah, because these kids can't do anything, apparently. And then after this, it's just Steven and Taylor being all cute. Like, she's going to leave back to back home, and he's like, you can take my car, and they're just like being like boyfriend and girlfriend, apparently. Anyways, so then Belly's like, okay, well, I clearly missed something. What in the world? But I mean, it's cute, but not really important. Anyway, so after this, we have Laurel talking to Julia. And so here we see a little bit more of why Julia just did not reach out to Susanna. A lot of her issues, like the insight of like what the house meant to Julia and what the house meant to Susanna and Laurel. And so they have this conversation, and we see Julia being like, well, actually, like, you know, I never actually tried to fix things with Susanna. Like, I tried to go to the funeral, but I just couldn't put myself in that situation, like, blah, blah, blah. And so she's upset about it, but then she ends up realizing with Laurel's help that, like, it's not the kid's fault that nothing got resolved. And, you know, it was something that was also in Julia's head a lot of the time. So she regrets not reaching out to Suzanne and fixing things. And so Laura's like, well, it's not too late to do that. Hence, save the house so the kids can, you know, have this thing that was such a big part of their mom's life and their life. And anyways, we all know what the house means to everybody. And so the kids find out that, you know, she's not going to sell the house, but
she is.
She is. She pulled out of the cell, but she's going to sell it to someone who needs to be Adam. Oh, Adam. Oh, but right before she actually tells the kids about this, we have a very important scene between Belly and Conrad. Guys, this scene was not in the books, and so watching it for the first time was actually crazy.
Like, Chris Brainey, I'm giving you your 10s. Yes. Literally.
Oh, like, my
his
gosh.
acting in this, perf. Like,
yeah,
no, it was so good.
It really was so
like
good.
Just, you can see his like inner turmoil so well. Like, oh my gosh, crazy. It's so good.
It's so good. So they have a conversation about the night before, which was the whole I thought you knew like, for the moment we kissed on the beach. Like, and he basically says, like, hey, I am so sorry. I was like, it was not my place to, you know, say those things, and like, I'm so sorry about what happened, like, at prom and funeral and everything. And he basically like says, like, I just hope that you don't regret any of the things that we did, and like, especially the night that we spent here at Christmas, like, I hope you don't regret what happened. And Belly's like, well, you know, it's like, I don't regret any of the times that we were together. Like, we loved each other.
You can see him like,
he physically like
crumbled. Yes, she's like, we loved each other,
and he's like, yeah. And she says, we both just hurt each other, and I don't think we can actually like control that. But she says we just need to like be friends and leave that in the past. And he's like, yeah, of course.
Totally. Yeah, for sure.
They both tell each other like they never want to hurt each other again. But again, like, you can just see the yearning that Conrad has. Like, just the way the hug is crazy. The way that he looks at her, even when she just goes and even before they start a conversation, when she's throwing the trash away, he's just kind of like lovey-dovey eyes.
Yearner McYearnington, like,
literally. Oh my gosh. And then they hug as a reconciliation hug. That hug changed my life. That hug changed lives. Like, the way he like through it. No, it's just like the hug is like, it's so tight. The way he like leans into it and like even tightens, like even brings her closer. Yeah. And the hug finishes. She goes off.
My man, he's over here like going through
it. Like, grabs his chest, his heart. Like, oh my gosh, that conversation hurt him because what the heck, friends loved.
Like, huh?
What?
No, Mom,
absolutely not.
Yeah, it was great.
And also a good thing about this scene is that not only do we get to see him like still yearning for her, like still get to see the feelings that he actually has for her, but he's being like transparent.
He's being very transparent
compared to how he is in the books. Like,
yeah,
Conrad is being like, hey, I am sorry, like that was never my intention, like I don't want to hurt you again. Like, he's being honest and transparent and communicating a little bit more.
Tour that none of them deserve.
This is true. But anyways, yeah, it's a good thing that we see compared to him in the books, because in the books he didn't even like, it's like he didn't even think about doing that, you know? And now it's like, no, like he wants Belly to know, like, and all that stuff. So then after this, Julia tells the guys that they're getting the house back, or trying to get the house back. There's a little scene between Sky and Julia that's pretty cute. She like tells her everything that went down and how fun it's been to be with the kids and everything, the cousins. It's a cute little scene. And then Adam comes. Laurel cooks him breakfast straight from the book.
Yeah, very much like
and exactly like, so she tries to convince him to buy the house. And then this argument starts where it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, like blah blah blah, we don't have the money, like the kids don't need it, like
aren't gonna use your trust,
like I'm not gonna do that. And then Julia even's like, okay, how come like the kids are trying to save this house more than you are, like what's going on, like shouldn't this be something that you want too, if this is something that Susanna absolutely adored? Like, so then Laurel keeps saying, you know, just stuff about the house and like how Adam needs to figure it out. And Adam tells her, shut up, like this is not even your problem, like, you're not even family. And then Conrad, like everybody's listening, obviously.
Yeah, Conrad, they're like listening in the other room.
Yeah, Conrad looks at Belly and says, oh hell no. And so he confronts his dad, and now everybody is in the kitchen like listening to what is going on. So we find out that Adam just can't be in the house because it reminds him too much of Susanna, and so it's hard for him to be there. But he realizes that it means a lot for Conrad and Jeremiah.
Yeah.
And they basically are like please, Dad.
Please, like they're begging.
Yeah.
My thoughts. I think it's so funny that like like I don't really feel bad for Adam, but it's also like y'all are just asking him to buy this really expensive house. Yeah. Like whatever. Like it's nothing. Like I get it, but it's also like, okay, it's not this like small feat.
Yeah. But also like we know like, that they're wealthy.
But Susanna's family is wealthy. Adam, like, anyway, this is true. Like they have their trust, and he's like, I don't want to use that. Understandably, but it's just funny. I'm like, okay, yeah. Like it's not just like, hey, whatever. But I also don't feel bad for Adam.
No,
at all.
No. Which is something that Laurel says. Like, I don't know why Susanna kept like, you know, this going.
Like stayed with you.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel bad for him, but I do think it's funny that they're just asking him to do this like thing. Yeah. It's like whatever, and it's like, okay, guys, it's buying a whole house. Like
yeah. So then they end up having to sell
beachfront property. Yeah. Okay. Like
it's not a little favor.
Yeah. It's not just a little favor. Like
yeah, like hey.
Okay. It's funny, yeah. But whatever. So, I don't feel bad for him though.
No. So anyways, we find out that they are going to have to sell the Boston house to buy this house. And, you know, Conrad and Jeremiah are going to be off in college anyway, so they don't really need the house, which is funny because the Boston house is where they lived most of the time.
Yeah. But also, like, Adam had his own apartment.
No, he was going to get an apartment. He was still living at their house.
Oh, well, either way, he had an apartment.
So anyway, which is weird because shouldn't that house feel more like their mom's house? But no, this one just had like such a special place. Anyway, so yay, we cheer because the cousin's house is going to stay in the family, saved. Everybody's happy. Yada yada yada. It's like totally different dynamic now. let me see, where are we? Oh, and so Jeremiah and Conrad have a conversation after this, which it's not really a conversation because it's mostly Conrad apologizing and Jeremiah making him feel bad about everything that went down when
the night before. Like, I don't get it. Why is Conrad apologizing for anything? Conrad should not be apologizing for anything. He didn't do anything wrong. He was the one that got berated by Jeremiah. Yeah, he's the one apologizing, and never does Jeremiah apologize to Conrad.
Exactly.
He, like, I don't care if you meant every word you said. Like, you don't even feel bad about what you said. Like, you don't have any sort of remorse for saying what you said. Like, huh? What?
Like, whatever. I'm watching this, I'm like flabbergasted because I'm like, there is no way. Makes him
feel bad.
Yes. What?
Like,
there is no way Conrad is the one having to apologize for the way that Jeremiah feels towards him when Jeremiah called him a coward, someone he didn't even want to know. Like, that's your brother. And he didn't even try to apologize.
He did not care.
Yeah.
He did not care. He did not even think of apologizing. I'm
like, and so it world? Really shows us more of who Jeremiah is. Of like, he's gonna say these things and yet he's not gonna own up to it. Like, not gonna take his word back because he
owns up to it and he's like, I don't care, I meant it.
Well, yes, that's what I meant. Like, he's not gonna own up to the like apology of like, I hurt your feelings. It's like, I don't care actually. And then we find out, well, Conrad tells Jeremiah like, hey, I got into Sanford, but I'm not gonna do it because of you, because I want to, we can't keep fighting. Like, I don't want to do this to you. Like, I want to be close to you. We're all we have. And Jeremiah's just like, okay, cool, bye.
He's like, no, you're gonna go. No, oh, okay.
No, he doesn't even say anything. This is in the next couple of scenes. But anyway, it's just still weird. It's funky. Jeremiah's behavior is nasty. Don't like it.
Nasty.
And so after this, Adam and the boys have a little heart-to-heart because they're like, well, thanks for buying the house. It's kind of awkward
as hell in there. I don't
know.
It
is awkward because clearly things with Conrad and Adam aren't good. And Jeremiah's just there like, okay. But it's kind of cute because, they hug it out. And so it's like,
they try.
Yeah. But Conrad is trying, which is, that's what we're seeing, is Conrad is trying. And so then after this, they're like, well, we got to head back. And Jeremiah's like, well, we're gonna help you study. Like, you're going to Stanford. Yeah, like we're doing this. Test. Like, there's no way. This is your dream. Like, let's do it. So that was a cute little like thing.
Yeah,
which is
for Jeremiah.
The only good thing Jeremiah's done this whole episode. Anyway,
the only time he wasn't thinking about himself.
Yeah. So then we have this whole thing of, well, the gang is gonna help Conrad study because he has to get a Sanford. He has to finish this biology, pass this biology exam. And so they do their farewells to everybody else.
I love this scene.
It's so cutie. They're like, okay, well, they asked Laurel for permission. And she's like, obviously, like, you got to go to Stanford. Like, this is your dream. And so Belly finds out. Oh my gosh! We have,
like, Belly finding out that he like, you got in.
And it's such a like so cute scene where she's like, wait, you got in, and he's like,
yeah.
And then she's like, she's like so happy. She's like, him. Oh my gosh! And he's like they have this little cute interaction where they don't say anything, but they're saying things.
They have like a connection, and it's cute and giddy, and it's like,
please,
I love it.
It's just so cute.
And I think it's like, even outside of Belly and Conrad, like, it's a good moment for when
like everybody,
like, exes, where you just see your ex accomplish something that like you helped, or not even helped, you saw them like.
Well, she did help because he did
like, say, even in any other like circumstance, like, you saw them like work towards and then they finally accomplish it. I'm like, love that.
And then also during this conversation, they. Oh wait, no. Is it during this conversation? No, this is after. But anyway, So Sky and Aunt Julia leave. They're like, hopefully you can come back soon. So who knows if we're going to see them on season 3. I don't think so. But
I haven't seen anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I wouldn't be mad if we don't.
I feel like for the wedding.
Yeah.
Like they have to be there for the wedding.
Right. Like obviously. And so, oh my gosh. I need to sneeze. So after this, we have Belly's little moment where she's like, well, we find out that she helped him with the essay to get into Stanford. And she says, this will be the last thing I do for Conrad Fisher.
She's so like melodramatic. Like, okay,
girl. And then she was like, and then I can finally let him go. Let's be so okay, for girl. Real. What? Also so random. Anyway.
Yeah, like
okay. This will be the last thing I do for Conrad Fisher. Okay, sure, girl. Yeah, we can all see your lies. So then she has this big plan of like, we're gonna study, blah blah blah. Everybody's tired, so they take a nap.
No, before this they do the belly flop.
No, this is after. This is the night after.
Oh, so they did it in the morning? The next morning? Oh, okay.
That's why I was a little confused, but no, this is the night after. So then they're tired. Belly lets Conrad and Jeremiah take a nap. Anyways, she gets McDonald's and again, straight from the book. Except this time Steven is actually helping them study. So they're all studying, but right after they wake up from the nap and she's like, well, if you study, you get McDonald's. And then like we have
up a system to where like
she's like, it's a reward system. And we have the iconic scene where Conrad says, it's a reward system, huh? What else do I get?
Okay, I love flirty Conrad.
Okay, Conrad, I see what you're doing.
Looks so good.
He does look really good.
Whole montage of them studying.
But anyway, she's like, she's nothing, just McDonald's. And he just like smirks. It's too good. Again, this is what I'm going to be seeing in season 3. Like, this is already me. Like, I see my future and it's bright.
I'm so excited.
No. And so they're studying. It's cute. One important thing that happens while they're studying is
who fumbles.
Who
fumbles?
Conrad gets a question right. She throws the burger to Jeremiah for some reason.
Well, because she said like Jeremiah tried to get a burger and she's like, no. Conrad said you all get burgers.
So he got the question right, and so she throws the burger to Jeremiah and he fumbles,
drops it. Oh,
can't catch it. Throws it to Conrad and he doesn't even look at it. He just like grabs it. Caught in the most attractive way too.
Like it's just that subtle foreshadowing that Jenny wants us
in the most attractive way too. Like I've never seen someone catch a burger like, and it looks so good.
He looks so good.
He looks so good in that scene. Like the montage of him studying
when he has that fry
in his mouth and his headphones. Golly, Jenny, I know what you're doing. Thank you.
Also, it was like so funny. Like if you looked at the questions, because this is like his bio file. Oh, if you looked at the questions,
it was guys, this is high school biology.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
Mitochondria.
Like, okay, we couldn't try a little harder. This is college level biology.
Like, he's going pre-med too.
Yeah,
so it's like
those classes are difficult. Trust.
Yeah, all of these.
It's not that. It's just funny. Like, okay, well, y'all couldn't come up with one college level question,
right? Anyways, yeah, that's pretty funny. So they're all like tired, and Belly's like, dance break. Also a really cute scene because Conrad's trying to be like, you know, mysterious and like, no. She puts on a song that
was Laurel's
favorite, which is Last Night by The Killers? No.
The Strokes?
The Strokes, yes, The Strokes. And they start having, you know, a little dance moment. And it's just really cute. Belly is like trying to get Conrad to like dance.
Yeah, it's
Steven and Jeremiah are doing their own thing.
See, that's the thing. I'm like, it's about them. Yeah. Like,
whatever. There's also this like real like cute little part where they're they're like holding hands and like doing the little like circle where they go. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. And whenever they like, let me see your hand.
Don't touch me.
Whenever they're like getting out of that thing, they go like this, like they touch hands kind of at the end, like Conrad like is still holding on to Belly's hands. So next time you watch it, just look at that,
clock it.
Yeah.
Also, like the frame of like so them cute. Too, and then just like Jeremiah and Steve here, like if you get it, you get
cinema.
Jenny, we got you.
And so, and then also during this time, Belly's talking about like, well, maybe it's something along the lines of like, maybe I can still keep the magic going in this house because it's like what it felt like. And it was just like bringing back like the good times and everything. So it was really cute. They keep studying. And then we have a scene where everybody's asleep. Belly wakes up and sees that Conrad isn't there. So she goes and finds him. He's by the pool laying on a lawn chair. And they have these like really cute conversation too. Again, just them. They're looking at the moon and the stars.
They're looking at the Venus. They're looking at Venus. Talking about it, just like reminiscing.
Yeah, well, he's like, I'm nervous, talking about tomorrow. Like, I feel like I haven't done enough, like I messed up. I screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then this girl, she literally says, well, when you get a second chance of doing things, like you really want to try and do it good.
In her head, thinking about,
or else like you don't want to, like, because you don't want to mess it up ever again. Her head, she's thinking about Jeremiah.
I'm like, what? Girl, what?
Who asked you, actually? What? Like, girl.
Where did this come from? Because
real.
Where are we getting this from?
Yeah, girl, please. Like,
I don't know where this came from, but put it back.
Yeah, put it back.
Put it back.
And so Conrad says, Venus is still a evening
star.
And he's like, that must be a good sign. Okay, subtle flirting. Flirting. And so she's like, yeah, whatever. And then she says, Conrad, there's something I want to talk to you about. I think I still have feelings for. And then pan to Conrad and he fell asleep.
He's asleep.
He fell asleep. Good thing he fell asleep because okay, why would put that on no, let's talk about it. Why would she drop that bomb
the night
before a very important fight?
Girl.
Again, I cannot defend your actions right now, Belly. Like, sorry, girlfriend. I don't know what is going through your brain.
I don't know. This girl.
Because imagine if she dropped that bombshell. Like, bro dude would actually flip and then would not be able to concentrate during his test. Thank God you fell asleep, Conrad. My goodness. So anyways, she doesn't get to tell him that she has feelings for Jeremiah. Again, good, because
bad timing.
Really bad timing. So anyways, it's the next morning. Everybody's ready to go. Laurel gets there and she tells Belly, hey, I got coffee for you guys because,
like, I'm gonna let you
go
to like see it through.
Yes, to see it through. Like, you got to finish what you started, which is really cute. Really cute.
Yeah.
And they go take a picture, their iconic little summer picture, which is the four of them on the like dock. But this time, Belly is looking at Jeremiah. And guess what? Guess why? Because in the episode before, Jeremiah complained about, oh, you're always looking at Conrad. Like, look at your little like lovey-dovey eyes.
Looking at him.
And so now this time she had to prove Jeremiah wrong. But I'm like, girl,
like, you really have to go through all this effort just to make him feel good about himself, girl.
Ugh.
Break up with him already. You haven't even started dating. Break up.
Literally.
Like, girl.
And I don't even think she has her arm around Conrad. Ugh. Anyways.
Like, you have to jump through all these hoops. Girl, that's exhausting.
It is exhausting. So then, whoa, I just burped. After this, they're like walking back to the house, and Conrad is moon eyes over Belly. And Steven is like, this dude.
He's like, again.
He's like, so are you going to tell her? And he's like, well, I want to. And he's like, dude, like, you need to do it. Like, you got to tell her how you feel. And then he's like, well, I just don't want to screw things up. And then Steven's like, well, yes, you did. But, like, hey, like, you should tell her because
just let her
because
know.
all I want to do is go back to Taylor.
He's like, I love love.
Yeah, I love love. So you should actually do it. Just don't screw it up again, basically. And he's like, okay, bet. Like, you know, it's so cute. I love that. I love that Conrad has Steven as a support system of
Conrad has someone on his corner because my goodness, he needs one. Yeah, he needs someone.
But he needs someone. And I'm glad it's someone who like sees that Conrad still loves her and is like, no, like, dude, like, you gotta fight for her, like, like, go, which is why I'm so excited to see that dynamic.
Like, he helps him get out of his head.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's good. It's good. Which I'm so excited to see that dynamic in season 3 of like Steven being like, no, dude, like, do it.
Yeah.
So it's really cute because Connor's just like literally mooning over Belly, but Belly's over there like flirting it up with Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then they're all in a little huddle. Everybody's about to leave, and they're like, "Hey,
guys,
guys,
isn't this before? Like, dude, don't we get that scene with Laurel?
We get that
Bridger
scene.
Summer's End starts playing.
This is before they take the picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get. Okay, I skipped over that. I haven't been looking at my notes. Sorry, I just went by memory. So yeah, before they take the picture, we get that scene where she's looking out on the dock, and then there's this flashback of Susanna and Laurel. And
at
Laurel
the beach house, like during
winter because they're wearing jackets, and Laurel is writing her memoir, and it's just this cute little scene of like Susanna being like, when is it gonna be done? Like, I want to read it, or like, you better say good things about me. I die. Yeah, and then Laurel's like, girl, read the room.
Yeah, like Susanna being very blunt about what's happening,
but it's also being like Susanna.
Yeah. It's cute and it's sad.
It's cute. It's sad because Laurel's reminiscing, and it's just like
those freaking Phoebe Bridger songs.
No, really.
Ugh. Oh my gosh, I wonder which one they're gonna use next season.
Girl, I don't know.
Next episode.
Oh yeah, our next episode is gonna be our songs episode. It's gonna be a fun one.
For sure.
Well, we're gonna have a bonus episode for the trailer.
Yeah,
so that's coming Friday. Trailer. That's coming on Friday because we're getting the trailer freaking finally.
3 days, guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm literally so giddy. Like, I will not be able to sleep Tuesday night. I'm gonna be like a kid the night before a field trip, like so excited.
Oh my gosh, I keep needing a sneeze. So anyway, after everything, they're all in a huddle and they're about to head out. So Steven and Laurel are gonna leave, and then Conrad and Belly and Jeremiah are gonna head to Brown for Conrad's test. And so they're like making plans. They're like, hey, so when is everybody gonna be able to be back here? And they're like, well, 4th of July works. Like, let's absolutely do it. Like, that's Susanna's favorite holiday. Like, let's do it. So they basically make plans to be there for 4th of July. And so then we have this little scene of like Conrad looking over at Belly, and everybody's like, yeah. And she's like, ugh, I guess for good old time's sake. So then we have the belly flop. Again, Conrad's always the one holding Belly.
Yeah.
And that's just so like cute. Special to me.
Yeah. It's cute.
My eye is watering. I have like allergies. So it's cute. And then they all end up jumping into the pool. It's like a cute little farewell, like a cute little, everybody is just good with everybody.
A good ending.
It's a good little ending to say goodbye to the house for now. And then we have them heading towards Brown. And it's so cute because Conrad's like, "Are you not gonna put towels?" Like, it's his car.
Yeah, he's like, guys,
it's so
wet.
It's
like
so older brother coded. It's so cute. I love it. It's so funny. He's like, "Well, you can still put a towel," and they're like,
y'all should put towels.
But he's like, "Well, you gotta live with the consequences of your own actions." So then, them heading to Brown is such a fun little scene. We get like their little road trip moment. Conrad is studying, but we get very important things that happen because while Conrad is studying and Jeremiah's driving, Belly's in the front seat and she gets kind of cold. He's like, "Hey," Jeremiah's like, "Oh, are you cold? Like, I can turn it down." And she's like, "No, it's fine. I just need like a..." Doesn't even finish her sentence.
Conrad isn't even thinking about it. Conrad is still like studying, nose in the book.
Yeah, grabs his sweatshirt, hands it over, and she's like, "Oh, thank you. Like,
this is what I need.
Exactly what I needed."
Perf.
Gagged.
Okay, old married couple.
Gagged Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah was gagged. Jeremiah left 10 miles behind, girl. Yeah.
That's a married couple when I see one. Like, Conrad just knows her so well. He didn't even have to think about it. He didn't even have to ask. He just shoop, bam, and she's like, "Oh, perfect. Like, this is exactly what I needed."
The devil's in the details. Like, those are the things that are like, yes, like this is what I'm here for. Oh, I love it.
Let me see. Okay. Yes. Okay, yeah. We're on track. So then they start singing that one song because Belly sees Jeremiah's upset about what just went down.
Again, having to jump through all these hoops to make him happy. Like, girl, it's exhausting. I'm exhausted already.
Literally, like,
and we haven't even gone into the...
She has to, like, what's the word? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you mean. Like, she has to be so, like, precautious around Jeremiah.
And she has to, like, do stuff in order to make Jeremiah happy when she doesn't.
Like, with Jeremiah, it's just, like,
that's not even... I mean, it's not even something, like, she would think about doing.
Like, with Conrad, it just clicks. Like, she doesn't have to act a certain way. She doesn't have to, like, make sure he's okay. Like, with Jeremiah, she has to be, like, so precautious and, like... Oh no, like,
oh my gosh, I just made him upset. Like, let me,
girl,
let me
and
try
you're
and
not even dating him yet. Like, oh my goodness, this is about to be an exhausting
relationship
time for you.
Yeah, no. So then they get to Brown, and then this is also cute because they're like, "Good luck," blah blah blah, and he's like, "Yeah, thank you so much for everything." And so Conrad leans over to the car and says, "See you later," but he's not even like...
He's not even acknowledging Jeremiah.
Like, he's straight up locking eyes.
I'm looking at you, girl, Belly.
Yeah, locking eyes to Belly, like smirking, and like, "See you later." And she's like, they're both like, "Yeah."
Belly, get on it, Belly. Belly, get with the program, Belly.
Oh, Belly is just either stronger than I am, or
she is stronger,
or she's just like on another world, because
I don't know what she's doing.
Because if my ex looked at me like that and said that to me in that way,
fresh ex,
yeah,
fresh,
mind you, it's been 2 months, guys.
Not 2 months.
Let's be reminded of that. 2 months.
Oh my gosh.
And if he said that to me in that way, I'm folding. Guys, I'm folding.
I'm so excited.
I don't know
for the trailer. I don't
listen, I don't know if it's just her, like, blocking.
I think it is just her, like really blocking
him,
really just like
because she got hurt so much.
Yeah.
That girl.
She's like, no. She's like,
girl, if Jeremiah can clock that man is still into you, how can you not clock?
Everybody can. Everybody sees it but her. And I think it's just, again, it's like
her feelings are clouding.
It's like, the teenage girl insecurity of it all.
Yeah.
And just like her, like, not wanting to get hurt.
Yeah.
And like her protecting herself. And I get that.
I get that.
I do. But like, man, she is stronger than me. Because if I was my ex girl,
Yeah.
Girl, I'll be here waiting for you.
So we
right
know
here. Right here, ma'am.
Yeah,
Sir.
we know Conrad's intentions after. We know. So then Jeremiah and Belly were like, "Oh, what are we gonna do?" And he's like, "Well, let's go to Finch. Like, it's only
Where are we gonna
15 minutes
be?
away. I heard that could be a possibility. You know, like we talked about it." And she's like, "Yeah, of course, let's go." And then we have a montage of them at Finch.
Whatever.
Don't have anything to say about that. They're
Crickets.
just they're. It's really just like friendly behavior, though. Like,
yeah.
The only important thing about this, which is not really important because whatever, she's like sucking up to him is what I was gonna say. Like she has to suck up to him to like make him feel good.
Ew, that feels so gross.
That's what
I don't
I'm
like
that's
that.
that's what I was trying to say.
I don't like that.
But she does. Because she's like they go to see the like gym
volleyball
and then the volleyball stuff. And he's like, "Well, you really like miss it, don't you?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then we just kind of get a little insight of like her, like how she really feels playing volleyball. She's like, I just like Steven has his thing of being really smart, but like I feel like this is my thing. It's like the only thing I'm really good at. And he's like, well, you should definitely like, you know, keep at it and stuff.
Pursue it.
And she's like, well, it would be nice to play on this court and like again trying to like be flirty and be like, I could really see myself here, like late night study, like hanging out with you watching me come play at my games.
I just don't like it.
And Jeremiah's just like,
and I don't care.
Jeremiah's just like, oh yeah, yeah, I can see that, yeah. But also kind of like mindful of like, wait, okay, well, no, let's think about everything that has gone down. Like,
yeah, because like Jeremiah is like very much trying to protect himself.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
He's being a little standoffish when it comes to her bluntness.
Yeah.
Which I understand. But it's just, I don't know. It's.
But yeah, she's just being like, I can really like see myself here and like, you know, hang out with you. The silence is telling. So, unfortunately, after she buys a Finch hoodie because, of course, she had to buy a Finch hoodie because she felt bad for her wearing the brown one.
Again, like overcompensating. That's what it is. Like you're overcompensating at every turn, like I said, just to try to prove that you're into this guy. Like, girl, yeah, no,
my girl hasn't even gotten accepted into Finch, and she already bought a hoodie because she had to suck up to Jeremiah.
They're not even together yet, and you're already overcompensating in all these little areas. It's like, girl, that's so exhausting. I just can't get behind it.
But she didn't even change into it. So like, girl, what? Anyway,
whatever.
So then, this scene irks me. It really truly irks me because we're back at Brown. They're waiting for Conrad. They're both like leaning on the the fender? Is that what it's called? In front of the car. The hood. And I literally can, again, Belly, I cannot defend you. I generally don't know what you're doing. I don't know. But she says, are you ever gonna like, what is it? Like, forgive me? Are you ever gonna give me another chance? Is what she says. Mind you, it's been 2 months. And why with his brother?
No, a week ago she was bawling her eyes out about him, about his brother.
No, literally a week ago she was still down bad about Conrad. Like Jeremiah wasn't even going through her head.
Girl, this is a moment we have to say, maybe I shouldn't get in a relationship. Maybe
I should go be alone home and check myself because of what?
Like, where were the people telling her this? Like, what? Because, like, girl, like, you don't even need to be in a relationship with Conrad. Like, let's.
Also, something important here is that she, compared to the books, she is throwing herself at him. In the books, Jeremiah and Belly are having a conversation, which then leads her to
Yeah, like it kind of just happens.
It kind of just happens. Like Jeremiah is kind of like not necessarily confessing his feelings, but like kind of confessing
it's like
his
very
feelings
organic.
again.
Like
Yeah,
it just happens.
it's organic
like,
in the book.
They're both like kind of caught off guard.
And so you can reading the book, you're like, oh well, yeah, this is cute. Like I get it, you get it. But here, it's like she's throwing himself
like,
at her,
desperately throwing himself at her.
Mind you,
and he's like pulling away. She's literally like grabbing him, and it's like, girl, what is going on?
No, it's so crazy because she's like, the words she uses are actually insane. I'm like, girl, are you even listening to yourself? Because she says, I used to dream about what it would be like to be with Conrad.
I forgot about this.
But she said, but that's just a dream. Dreams aren't real. I want something real.
If someone said that to me, I'd be like, get out of my face. No, get out of my face. You're saying you're settling? You're literally looking me in the eyes and saying you are a downgrade from what I want.
No,
I'm settling with you.
Legit.
You just am offended.
No, yeah. Like imagine your significant other or like someone you have a crush on says that to you.
So sincerely too. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, well, that was my dream, but I actually like dreams aren't real.
The dreams aren't real.
So I want something that's real, and that's with you.
Girl, get out of my bag.
Absolutely not.
What in the world? That is crazy.
Yeah, so she's
like about that. That is insane. Like, no wonder he didn't want to kiss you, girl.
No, he did kiss you.
No, he did.
And so she goes, I want something real, and that's with you. And then she's like, do you still? And he's like, yes, I still. And then they make out. Ugh.
Ew.
Mind you, this is the like cringiest makeout ever.
Yeah, everybody's like, it's so hot. I'll give it to you. Their first season makeout.
Oh yeah,
that was good. That was okay. That was great.
But this one, they're like,
y'all are in public.
Like, right, in public. Mind you, she's wearing Conrad's sweatshirt. They're leaning on his car. They're at his campus. They're just dumb. They are just dumb because what did they expect?
Yeah, like also like
anyway, yeah, that kiss, like she's just like,
it's gross.
It's like, again, like she's throwing herself at him, and you can see it in the kiss.
That's what it is. Like, I think it's just
you can see it in the kiss
organically. It doesn't happen like
it feels very forced.
It feels very forced. It's not like a fun little moment where they're just talking, and then all of a sudden, like, it's serious, and then you're like, oh, I really want to kiss this person because like that happens. And, it's like, no, like, and
compared to Conrad and Belly's, because it's like it's very lustful. It's not like this grand big thing, It's like more of like a lustful thing. So anyway, oh my gosh, guess what happens? Nobody could have seen this coming. Could you? Obviously, Conrad walks out and is like, and they stop kissing because what else would they do? And they just like stare at him, and Conrad's like, oh, and then the episode ends there. Moment of silence for all of us because what the heck?
For Conrad, because
when we watched this for the first time,
it's heartbreaking. It really
and it ended there. Oh my gosh! Like, I'm pretty sure we almost like threw something at the TV because what do you mean? What do you mean we have to wait a week to see Conrad's reaction?
Poor Conrad baby's reaction.
That was the craziest end of an episode. Oh my gosh. No, that's terrible. I have no good things to say about that.
Moving on.
Moving on. We will have more to say about that, but not right now. And then the way the last episode starts is absolutely so crushing.
No. It's so sad.
Because we get to see Conrad pre seeing them make out.
Giddy, happy,
Plan Belly is in action. So Conrad left his final, passed it with flying colors, happy because, oh my gosh, I'm going to Stanford. My dream is coming true.
Now let me go get my dream.
Let me go get my girl. And so he calls up Steven.
It is so funny to me. Never Conrad was never even thinking about her and Jeremiah. Like, it never crossed his mind. Like, he's over here like, oh, let me go get my girl. Like, this is gonna be easy. Like, blah, blah, blah.
That is pretty funny.
Like he was just
even when he knew about last summer and he saw them being friends, like, he didn't even say like, nah,
it didn't even cross his mind. That. Like, he was like, okay, whatever, they're friends again, yay.
And maybe he was too worried about the house that he didn't even he didn't even see it. But like, again, that was not like he wasn't worried about it.
Not worried. He was like, okay, whatever.
He's like, let me go get my girl. That is pretty funny. And so anyway, he calls Steven up and he's like, hey, are you ready to go visit me in California? And Steven's like, yeah. And Laurel's like, yeah. Go partying it up. And so Steven's like, okay, so like, you know, is the plan in action? And he goes, you mean Plan Belly? And he's just so happy.
So excited.
Like, guys, I don't think I've ever seen Conrad this happy.
No, literally.
Like,
and
genuinely.
It's like, oh man, you have to crush this kid's dreams. Like, oh my gosh.
No, it's actually the worst thing that could actually happen to me. Like, so then Steven's like, hey, go get her, you know, like, go get her, like, go do it. I'm right behind
for you, man. I'm rooting for you.
And then he's like, all right, well, like, talk to you later. He's over there giddy, happy. Like, you can still see it.
Got a pep in his step, like,
literally goes up to where his car is, which I don't even know how he knew. Well, I guess they texted him. They were like, we're at this spot. Anyway, so he gets there, sees them making out. Face
change is lethal. I'm not even joking. Like, that face change, oh my gosh.
Again, Chris Browning's the actor that you are, but you can feel it.
You can feel it. You can
genuinely feel it. That face drop. No. And then he goes again, because now we get his perspective.
No, I'm just mad already.
No,
I'm just mad.
I'm pretty sure I wrote some, like, in my notes. I'll tell you when I wrote it. But so he's just being so funny because they both stop. They look at him and he's like, oh, don't stop. Like, don't stop me. Like, I clearly interrupted something. He's like, what's up? You know what? Me. That's literally me. I love that energy. Keep it up, Conrad, because yes, it's not a good thing, but people who, like, make people feel bad for doing stuff when you're not actually, like, telling them something, like, he made them feel worse about it, because he wasn't like, he wasn't angry. He was just petty, and he was like, oh no, like, my bad, you know,
don't stop on my accord, go ahead.
I love when people do that. It's so funny. And so they're just staring at him.
Yeah, like, girl,
hello,
wake up.
Hello, your ex from like 2 months, you were kind about a week ago, just walked out because you were macking out with his brother. Hello, are you in there? I can't believe that Jeremiah had to tell Belly to go after him.
Ask Belly, go after him.
Like, please go after him.
Oh my gosh, girl. We protected our peace a little too much.
No, because Book Belly didn't even have to think about it. She immediately went and ran after him. I don't know what this girl is doing. Again, I don't know if she's just like,
it's just like her protecting her peace or something. But like, okay, like, in this moment, you should probably go and talk it out. I don't know.
Listen, I love my girl Belly, but again, I don't know what's going through your head, girl, because I'm defending Conrad Fisher till I die. You, I don't know what you're doing, because people in the wrong here. There's someone in common. It's you. Anyway, so she has to run after him, and this whole episode, Belly is pissing me off. But this conversation, she literally goes after him. She's like, what is it that she says? Oh, she's like, Conrad, like, please don't shut me out again. Because she's trying to get his attention. He just keeps on walking because, like, why really would mad. He try to talk to her? He probably would say things that he regrets, which he did. But
he did. He did say things.
But she says, please don't shut me out again.
Girl. And then you go and throw something like that in his face?
Yeah. Like, not only did he just see you making out with his brother, but now you're accusing him of, like, shutting you out after that. Anyway, so he's like, okay, fine. You want to talk right now? Let's have a conversation about it. He's so mad. It's so funny. And she's like, well, like, I'm sorry that you had to see that. You're sorry that he had to see that? Girl. It's like you, and this is why he says, oh, do you still like him? Is this like last summer? Like, do you still like him? Or is this just to get my attention?
Yeah, like, which that's valid.
It's valid because, like, wait,
because we were just like, what?
But also, like, you knew that he was eventually gonna see you.
Yeah.
Like, whether or not, like, you can control it or not, but, like, you can, because girl, you were literally on Jeremiah's, like, yeah, no. So it's valid for him to be like, or are you just trying to get my attention?
Is this to get my attention? Because, like, but also because, like, y'all just broke up. Like, y'all were like, just fighting in the beach about how much y'all meant to each other or whatever. And then you're doing this. Like, he's like, oh, what?
And then she's so mad. She's like, this is not about you. Like,
it is actually.
Like, this has never been about you.
Then don't make out in my. No, go, whatever. Whatever, I won't.
But anyways, he says, well, okay, fine. Like, this is really a heated conversation. He's like, okay, fine. We'll go with him. He wants you. I never wanted you.
Oh, Conrad. See, this is when we don't say things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you just kind of, like, validated her in a way. But again, like, Belly doesn't even, it looks like she doesn't even feel bad is the thing. That's what makes me mad. And I'm like,
they both are mad, and
obviously they're gonna say some things that they don't mean. But she genuinely does not look like she feels bad is the thing.
Yeah, I'm like, no, she doesn't feel bad. She feels bad that he found out like that, but she doesn't feel bad that.
Moving on, because I can't talk about that anymore. Oh, so then we get Steven and Laurel in the car. They're having a conversation, and what was the conversation? I forgot.
They're talking about, like, New York and, like, what how Laurel was doing, whatever.
Yeah, they have a good conversation. Like, they're kind of, like, updating themselves on, like, life and stuff. And man, I can't believe I don't remember.
Well, they talk about how I think she mentions that Cleveland was there.
Oh, yeah.
And then Steven's like, ooh, like, what were you doing? She's like, do you really want to know what I was doing?
And he's like, yeah, no. Right. I don't even know why I asked that.
Yeah, thank you. It's funny.
And so she, like, is like, well, you and Taylor, like, you haven't even stopped looking at your phone, everything. And so then eventually Steven encourages her to go to that writers event thing that Cleveland had invited her to. Yeah. And Conrad or Steven's like, well, you always tell us to, get out of our comfort zone and do blah blah blah, like, you should totally do this, like, this would be good for you. And so she's like, you know what, okay, yeah, let's do it. It's a cute little scene, a cute little mom to son moment. And again, Steven, I just love him because he's really, like, everybody's cheerleader. Like, that's who he is.
Yeah,
I love that about him. Whether, like, he has issues with a person or not, like, he really like
roots for them.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, this is really funny too, because then we have a scene where Belly gets back to the car and Jeremiah's like, how is he? I'm scared. And he's like, well, he stormed off. He said that, or he asked me if I did it to get his attention. And Jer's like, oh, like maybe, like did you? Did you? Like, oh, I didn't even think that was a possibility. Like,
it's like, oh wait,
because again, he knows how she feels. Belly could be like, no, it's not true. Like, obviously I didn't do that. But like Jeremiah,
that's gonna be in the back of your head if you're Jeremiah.
Yeah. Like, especially anyways. So then Belly's like, I didn't do it. Like, I wanted to do it. This was not to get like his attention. Like, no. Don't get it twisted. But again, Jeremiah has always been insecure, and he's gonna keep being insecure because,
especially about Conrad.
Because why wouldn't he be? Like, honestly, like, let's be for real. So then after this, they're like waiting.
Again, she pisses me off again
because she's like, maybe we should go.
Let's go. What? Huh?
This is.
You literally have his car. You're gonna leave him stranded
at college.
What? I'm like,
that would be the worst thing that they could actually do.
What is going through your head? like she's mad. She's clearly mad.
No, but that's crazy.
What?
Clearly,
even Jeremiah is like,
yeah. Clearly, his brother has his best intentions.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, well, it's been an hour. He's clearly not gonna come. And Jeremiah's like, no, he has to. Like we literally have their last day. It's their last day. Like, he has to come. Like, they have to be moved out by today. Girl, chill. Is basically what Jeremiah wanted to tell her.
What?
Listen, Belly, I know you're upset, but girl, what? You don't care that he gets stranded?
Like, grab an Uber.
Yeah, like, you don't want to be here. Car. You can leave. Again, I cannot defend my girl on these actions.
Anyway, and then the fun starts.
Yes,
because we get.
This is my favorite part of this whole episode.
We get Conrad getting there, and he's just off.
He's being petty.
He's being petty, and he's
like, all right, y'all are ready to go.
Let's go.
And they're like, what? Huh?
And he's like, let's go.
And then
Jeremiah's
like, okay, you want to drive? He's like, oh no, I don't trust myself behind the wheel right now. And they're like, oh shoot. And he's like, relax, like, I didn't get much sleep last night.
Okay, yeah.
And then he's like, I promise I get Belly home, like, obviously, like, I'm gonna be here, blah blah blah. Chef's kiss. I love,
for sure.
Again, I love when people act like that. It's so funny. It's like because it's like, no, I'm fine, but everybody's like, no, he's not.
Oh, and this kid's off the rails.
And then they feel even worse about it, which is why it's so funny. So yeah, this is the best thing that they could actually put into this script because it's too good. And then we get a glimpse into Taylor and Steven's first date.
Oh yeah,
it's awkward. It's awkward. It's weird. Like, what is going on? Because Steven shows up with flowers, and yet there's a group of girls. Taylor's with her buddies. And he's like, wait, I thought this was gonna be a date.
And she's like, no. It's weird. It's awkward.
Yeah, and then we find out that Milo, aka Taylor's ex, wrote a whole diss album about Steven.
In like the day and a half.
Yeah, like, apparently. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's just really funny, really teenage stuff is what is going on.
Oh my gosh.
And then we find out that Taylor, well, we don't find out, but we know. But Steven finds out that Taylor's team Jeremiah and that Steven is team Conrad, and they're like, oh
yeah. So like after the awkwardness, they have that like argument about.
Well, this is a little bit after.
I'm saying, but like after the awkwardness of the date.
Yeah, we'll just go through the whole date. So
do we have to go through the whole date?
Well, no, it's because it cuts and then it goes back to the date. So that's what I'm saying. We should just talk about it. This is gonna be a long episode. But anyway, so
we have to go through every detail.
Yeah. And they're like, well, how can you be team Conrad? And she's like, well, how can you be team Jeremiah? Like, what the heck? And he's like, well, I know that, like, it's not Jeremiah for her. Like, he's like, they're good together, but just like as friends. She's like, no, but like, why would she want to be with someone who broke her heart? And they talk about prom, and Steven's like, okay, yeah, well, he pulled up prom was bad, but his mom was dying. And then Taylor says, well, so was Jeremiah's. Okay, girl, like, Jeremiah wasn't there.
Like, okay,
what do you mean? So was like, girl, that, huh? Just because Jeremiah didn't hurt Billy's feelings, which he did actually, but at prom does not mean that it's not an excuse. Like, what? Anyway. So then we see how Steven views things, and he's like, no, Belly needs to be with someone who challenges her, and that's what Conrad is, and blah, blah, blah. And then Taylor's like, you think that's Conrad? And he says, well, it's not Jeremiah. That's what I know for sure. And then Taylor's like, well, I didn't think we were going to be arguing on our first date. And he goes, you didn't even say it was like, you said it wasn't a date. And then she gets mad. Ooh, that's Steven, you shouldn't have said that.
No, he should have. I stand by Steven. Like, girl, what are you doing?
Well, you know what? Yes.
Like, yes. What?
Yeah. This is one of those Taylor moments where it's like, girl,
huh?
You're confusing me. Yeah. I'm confused. But anyway, so then she walks out. He has to pay for dinner. And then after that, she doesn't get... It's
like awkward.
Yeah. It's awkward, and she doesn't answer any of his texts or his calls. So then... Then after this, we get the scene. They're on their way back. And... they're waiting in traffic. And... Conrad is just being so petty. It's so funny. He's like asking all these questions, like, okay, guys.
I mean, you guys all know it. Like,
yeah.
It's so funny, just the way he is. I think it's one of the best Conrad moments for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because, like, it's just so funny.
Yeah. He's like, your sweatshirt looks really good on you, Bells. And he's calling her Bells. Like what Jeremiah calls her to be even more petty. And he's like, oh, was that your first kiss? Oh, wait, no.
No, it wasn't. Because, like, you guys made out last summer.
And he's like, okay, Belly, like, okay, Bells, like, who is the better kisser? Like, blah, blah, blah.
It's like, oh my gosh, it's so
then
funny.
They're like, she's like, quit being such an asshole, and blah, blah, blah. And then Jeremiah's like, yeah, like, blah, blah, blah. And they're all, like, pissed. She's like, girl.
Now y'all are pissed? Okay, whatever. Okay.
Like, be glad this man is not, like, actually, like, angry.
My favorite part is the world may never know.
Yeah, because that
they got mad.
Yeah. It's so funny. And he's just, like, being, like, like, okay, like, great cinema.
But I think what's interesting is that Belly, like, is getting very riled up about this, and Jeremiah does, but like Jeremiah sees more through the facade.
Yeah,
and like of course Belly knows that, but like in her, like, she's just really getting mad at him.
Yeah,
whereas in Jeremiah, like, he gets upset. That I think he gets more upset that Belly's upset, but like he's not really upset at Conrad because he's like
understandable.
He understands that Conrad is like very hurt.
Yeah, like it's understandable. So then they end up having to stop to get gas, and Belly needs to use the restroom. So then Conrad and Jeremiah go into the gas station and they buy some candy. And so Jeremiah is picking out Swedish fish, and Conrad's like, don't even try, buddy, like, she likes these better. And he's like, why are you being like this? And then he's like, relax, like, like, whatever. He's like, I'm not even mad.
Relax. It's just for fun.
And so they're paying. He's like, I try to warn him. It's just like so funny. And then he's like, quit being blah blah blah, and he's like, relax, you like, quit being a baby, I'm just messing with you. And Jeremiah gets even more mad, and it's like, okay, why wouldn't he be mad? Why are you mad that he's mad? Why are you mad that he's being why are you mad that he's acting this way? Like, of course he was gonna act this way. You want him to actually be mad and like actually like say everything that he feels? Is that what you want? And then we get a very important part, which is actually so sad, because it's when Conrad like,
that's when like he switches. His facade breaks, yeah, and he's like
he switches up. He's like, now we can see that he's hurting, and he's like his pettiness is over, because this man is sad. This man is heartbroken is what he is. Where Belly gets back into the car and she's like, oh my gosh, like, what'd you get? And then she's like, my favorite
Sour Patch Kids.
And then Jeremiah's like, oh, I got, and then he has the Swedish fish. She's like, oh, I can have those after. And then
again, overcompensating.
It just pans to Conrad, and he just like, he's looking at Belly, and then he just like, he's sad. Like, he's sad. That man is sad because he is the one who truly knows her.
He like realizes that he knows her, but he realizes that like she is overcompensating.
Yeah. To Jeremiah,
and like making, because like wanting Jeremiah to feel,
yeah, because good. At the gas station, Conrad tells her, like, Conrad tells Jeremiah like she thinks Swedish fish tastes like plastic or something like that, candles, something like that. And so when she says, oh, I can have those after, like, it's kind of like, oh,
yeah, he's like, realizes, he's like, oh, like, she's really trying.
Oh my gosh, we still have a lot to cover.
Yeah, girl.
Oh my gosh. We're like, we're here.
No.
Yes, we are. So we finished Taylor's and Steven's conversation. So then they get to the motel, and they end up having to get one room, again, straight from the books. The cinema that's about to happen. But Conrad is out. We get the little scene where they're like, they hold the key, and then there's like this moment. Oh, and then Jeremiah gets mad.
Again, like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted.
This is exhausting. Oh. I'm tired of all of this. I'm tired. Like, you already know. Why are you being like this? Anyway, so then Conrad is not, he's off doing whatever. He's crying is what he's doing.
He's down, like, he's sulking. And,
he's like, sulking. That's sad. The word I was looking for, is what he's doing. And then Jeremiah's like, he's still in love with you. Like, you have to see that. And then Belly's like, no, he's not. Like, whatever. I don't even care. Like, I want you. And he's like, well, no.
Like, Jeremiah wants it to be fair game.
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
It's understandable.
Yeah,
like,
it is understandable.
Actually,
like, Jeremiah's like, okay, if you're going to be with me, like, I need you to know, I need all the cards to be on the table. Yeah. And I need to make sure that, like, it's what you want. Yeah. Knowing that Conrad.
Yeah. And so what happens is he tells her, like, you need to have a conversation with him, and then we can talk. Because, like, he still loves you, and you need to know that. And basically telling her, like, if you know the real, like, thing, then you're going to go back to him. And she's like, no, but I want you. And then she's like, okay, fine. I'll talk to him. And he's like, yeah. And then I'm all yours. Like, if, you know. And she's like, and then you're all mine.
Whatever. Skip.
I want to leave.
Skip.
I want to leave. Skip. Is what's going on. So then, I literally wrote, Belly, get out right now. And so then we have Jeremiah and Conrad conversation, because Jeremiah leaves the motel.
Yeah.
And finds Conrad. It's raining. He's sulking. Like, it can't get any more sad, actually.
Yeah, and it's a good conversation.
It is a good conversation.
Jeremiah's like really being like, okay, like, this is what the situation is.
Like, you still love her.
I know you still love her, and you have to tell her. Like, you have to tell her, if anything, like, so all the cards are on the table, like, whatever. And Conrad is very much like, no, like, whatever, you know, like, y'all can be together. And he's like, no, like, I don't want to be with her, knowing that you still love her, and she doesn't know that for sure.
Yeah.
because like Jeremiah, it's not even about Jeremiah knowing that he still loves her and like not wanting to do it for him. You know, he's like, no, I want to do it to make sure that she,
like, it's what she wants.
It's what she wants. And then so she like asks Conrad, like, please just tell her. And she's like, if you're not gonna do it for yourself, like, do it for me. And that's when Conrad decides, like,
okay, like, I'm
gonna do it. I think a part of me thinks that like Conrad knew that he was gonna, in a facet, like tell her, but also not, knowing to like make sure that she chose Jeremiah either way.
Yeah. Well, because I think in my, like, what I think in my head that Conrad was thinking in his head is that, well, if I were to really tell her how I feel, how is this gonna change things?
Yeah, like, because how is he's still gonna go Jeremiah? Like, he's thinking about Jeremiah.
Yeah, like, he's still gonna go off to Stanford. It's gonna be difficult between not only Belly and his relationship, but also
like, he had a priority,
like, his relationship with
Jeremiah too.
Like, right now he was thinking of like, no, he's my family, like, he's the only thing that I've got, like, I need to make things right with him.
Yeah, so I think like initially that's why he didn't want to say anything, and then when he promises Jeremiah, I think a part of him knew that like
he wasn't gonna be for real.
He wasn't gonna be honest or like for real or like really give it the space that it needed.
Really give it the confession that we all want.
Yeah, like the true confession, because he was like, no, like if he's gonna make her, like we see it in the book, like if he's gonna make her happy, then like so be it. That's fine for now. Like, I just need to make sure that my relationship with him is fine, good. And like my relationship with her is okay. Well, you know.
And so an important thing that we have from this scene though is, we do get Conrad's confession, like, I do still love her. Like, we get that, something that we didn't get in the books, where we don't know if like, okay, like, what's going on, like, why are you being, you know, wishy-washy? But like, here it's like, no, I do love her. And like Issa said, like, Jeremiah knew that, but it wasn't necessarily, it is kind of like sucky that like either way, like, he was gonna still be with Belly, because it kind of feels like he cared more about her than he did about him.
No, like, I'm saying, like, he cared about Conrad confessing his feelings, not because he wasn't gonna get with Belly if Conrad still loved her. Like, he knew Conrad still loved her, and like that wasn't affecting what he was gonna do with Belly. He just wanted to make sure Belly knew, and like Belly wanted him.
Yeah,
you know, like, it wasn't, he didn't really have, and I don't want to say like at all, but like from the conversation, he didn't really have Conrad in mind, you know.
Yeah, well, he did say at the end, like, if it would have been anyone else, like, I would have fought like hell, but if
Belly would have chosen, say, like, if she chose, like, if she chooses you, like, I'll back away. Like, I'll be back away, and I'll be fine with it. Like, it won't be like last time, you know?
But I think it's still kind of, like, messy.
No,
it is messy.
It's messy,
it's not kind of.
It's messy for everyone.
The fact that he knew that Conrad still loved her, and as much as, like, he loves her, and then he still eventually was like, well, I'm still gonna be here regardless. Like, I don't care. Basically saying, I don't care. Like, I want what's best for Belly, but like, that's your brother. Like,
what would have been best for Belly is for both of y'all to get out of her life for a little bit.
Now, actually, leave her in the motel. Actually,
no, like, just get out of her life for a little bit, and like, let's all figure it out on our own.
Yeah,
and then circle back.
Yeah, please. So anyway, after that, we get Belly's conversation with her mother on the phone, where she's like, do you remember the conversation we had about fireworks and blah blah blah? Like, how do you know you're over someone? Or like, you know, everything. And then Laurel tells her, well, you could be getting over someone and then like moving into some, like, another chapter. It's basically Laurel telling her, like, it's okay for her to move on, like, it's okay for her to feel these things, but Laurel actually doesn't know the big picture and like what's really going on. But if also, Laurel knew,
and I think Laurel is just like looking out for Belly.
Yeah,
most of all, she's like, I want you to have like
experiences and all this
stuff. Like, I think in her head, she didn't want Belly to just be caught with Conrad for the rest of her life. You know, like, she's like, I want you to experience things. I want you to live your life. I want
you to have many lovers.
Yeah.
and then Belly's like, ew, don't say that.
So yeah, she's like definitely looking for looking out for Belly's best interest.
Yeah.
Duh.
So that encourages Belly to like continue her pursuit
of Jeremiah
that she already had. Can't back her up, but you know. And then after this, we see Laurel. She gets into the event, and she is friends with, I guess, the one that's leading the event. I don't even know what her name. I don't remember what her name is.
No, she meets her there.
That's what I'm saying. She's
not friends with her. She meets her there.
Well, she meets her and becomes friends, is what I meant.
Fun fact: that same like restaurant bar has been used in other shows. It was used in One Tree Hill, and I think Dawson's Creek. It was like that restaurant bar. They
Joey
always
worked at? Was it the one that Joey worked
at? It
was
the one that Joey worked at during college,
mm-hmm.
where she met the other guy. What a fine man. And then it was the one that was like frequently showed up in One Tree Hill. I haven't watched all of One Tree Hill, but I know that this like place was there often, even in the first seasons. So that's a fun fact.
So anyway, we'll just talk about that whole scene because it cuts differently. But Laurel ends up having a really good time. She meets this girl.
Mm-hmm.
They like connect. And then she ends up reading part of her book, which we then find out something really important that we didn't know from the books.
I think I cried.
Yeah, that we didn't know from the books at all. This is new information. Thank you, Jenny Han.
Thank you.
But anyway, it talks about like when Belly was born and how Susanna like came to, you know, help her because
John was traveling.
And so it's a cute little moment. But we find out that Belly's
name
is Isabel Susanna Conklin. Susanna.
No, y'all, I cried. I said, oh my God.
Because, I don't know, did we find out that Conrad's middle name is Beck?
Okay, outside of that, first of all, it's just sweet.
It is so really sweet.
Cute and sweet. It's like, oh.
And she does mention that, like, Susanna says, oh, like, our special girl.
Yeah, it's like our special girl. Like, it's so
cute.
So sweet.
So sweet.
But for Conrad, it's even better because now they both have, like, that tie to Susanna. Like, they both have her middle name.
Yeah.
Isabel Susanna Conklin and then Conrad Beck Fisher.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Again, Endgame confirmed.
That invisible string.
Endgame confirmed.
Like, sorry. Belly and Jeremiah just don't have it like that. Like, y'all don't get this.
Sorry. So, yeah, very important detail that we find out in this episode. And
very sweet.
In a very sweet way, too. Oh, so now we're back at the motel. They're going to sleep. It's just like the books. Belly's like, oh, I can sleep on the floor. Mind you, she's already on the bed, like taking the covers out. And they're like, no, ladies first, blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, great, because I literally saw Roach. Like, good luck.
She's like, oh, so, no, I'm not sleeping on the floor.
Before this, though, Conrad asks, what side do you want? And Jeremiah's like, I'll take this side. And so Conrad sleeps on, like, when you see it, on the left, and then Jeremiah on the right. And so Belly's trying to go to sleep. She can't figure out what side to sleep on, which is very important because, again, girl is going through it. Well, we don't really know if she is.
No, it's just like
indecisive.
No. It's a, oh my gosh, what do you call it? Like a device, you know, to show like there's a two sides and she can't pick. Like it's in a book
it's
you would call it, in a book it would be like a literal device, but it's a show, so I don't know what you would call it, but it's just the device to show like
for the story,
her inner turmoil between choosing these two guys.
Yeah. Important though when you see it from like
our perspective,
like the bird's eye view is, that's what I was thinking, is Jeremiah's side is very dark in Conrad's side, it's like the light is shining in. So it's just like, again, the little details are like,
again, it's the details that are like the devices to show like
who is the right one, or like who is Endgame. And it's just like always Conrad. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. And then so they fall asleep. Belly can't sleep. Jeremiah falls asleep, and so then Conrad says, Belly, like what I said earlier, like I didn't mean it. Of course I still want you. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, I do. And so then it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Which you can't really see in Belly, because Belly doesn't say anything, and you can't really see it in her like facial expressions, like how she's feeling. But in the book, when he said that was like, whoa.
She was freaking out.
Like, that was a really important moment of like, he still wants me.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I made the wrong choice of like kissing Jeremiah. So I don't know if that's going through her brain. I assume that it is. It doesn't really seem like it by the events that unfold the next morning.
Yeah.
But
I think she made up her mind. Like, she at that point she had already made up her mind.
Yeah, I think so too.
And also, like, again, back to the thing where it's like Conrad knew that he was gonna like still leave it to Belly to be with Jeremiah, because he's like, first of all, when he does it, like, it doesn't open up a actual conversation about it. It's just like him confessing it real quick,
and then he says like, you don't have to say anything.
Like, I just need to say it. You know, it's like a very closed off confession, to where like it leaves so many questions, and like,
because Belly could have been like, well, why'd you do this?
Like, they could have had like an actual conversation about it that probably would have led to like them actually reconciling and like, you know,
letting everything out.
But I think it was him. I think it was a lot of reasons. I don't think this is the sole reason for him doing it then, but like, I think part of him was like, no, I just need to like do it in a way where she's gonna want to choose Jeremiah either way, because I want what's best for my brother and for her, and right now I don't think it's me. So
yeah, that's understandable. And again, it's kind of like not him not wanting any issues.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, let me just do it real quick and like whatever. And
because it was gonna, I mean, it's complicated now, but he can sulk in his feelings and like kind of ignore them, because he has the outlet of like going to California and not necessarily like having to deal with it as much as he would have if he would have stayed. But also just kind of like protecting his peace, I guess you could say. Not necessarily his peace, but the peace like of protecting like
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah and then
Belly, because at that moment he's like, he knew that he wasn't in a space to be with her, even though, well, I guess, I don't know. I think after seeing that, he realized that, like, I don't know. Anyway.
And then we have a very sad but also important flashback of Belly going to go visit Susanna, which was the last time she ever saw her.
With Bigger Than the Whole
Sky.
That was crazy.
Playing.
That was awful.
Gut-wrenching. Oh my gosh, Jenny, why would you do that to me?
Don't, Jenny.
The important thing we see, well, there's a lot of important things, but the important thing we see about the scene is that before Belly comes in, Susanna is writing letters, and they're very specific to Conrad, Belly, and Jeremiah. What could those letters be?
Oh, I wonder.
If you read the third book, you know exactly what those letters are.
And I wonder, oh my gosh, Laurel accidentally
dropping them and then them having to put it
in the envelopes. Oh, I wonder why.
The mix-up has happened. The plot is writing itself.
We see it. We see it with our own eyes. We know
how it actually happened. No. Plot is plotting. Again, I know exactly what's happening in season 3. I have no...
And we will confirm.
Yes, I have no
3
doubts.
days. Oh my gosh.
I have no doubts. Anyway, so then we have this little sad scene where, like, Susanna is like, you know, I'm sorry, prom didn't happen as we expected, blah, blah, blah. Belly tells Susanna he broke up with me. Crickets. Yeah. Crickets. And then Susanna's like, I'm so sorry, he's just been dealing with this like a lot, like he loves you, like he still loves you. And she's like, no, he doesn't. again, Belly just being insecure.
Yeah, being sad, like
shutting out because she's so sad. And again, it's like she had this grand idea of what it would have been like to be with Conrad and who Conrad was. And when Conrad wasn't his best self because of everything that was happening, that like ruined it for her.
Yeah.
And I think that's also why she was like, no, like he doesn't love me.
Her.
Yeah, like he doesn't love me. Like he broke up with me. Like he disappointed me. And it's like, well, that's not really what happened. But we get to see the big picture. She was just all in her head a little bit. And then Suzanne is just like very apologetic. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I kind of pushed this into you guys, which, yeah, you did. Kind of was. And then, you know, and she's like, but like, don't like leave them. Like, you guys.
Yeah, like, try to work it out.
Try to work it out. Like, you guys will find your way back to each other. Like, they need you. And she's like, Belly's like, no, like, you know, you're gonna be there for them, for here, like you're gonna be here for them too, like, you know, you'll have that. And she's like, Susanna's just kind of like, and it's just really sad. And they both start crying. She's crying. Jeremiah walks in, and then it's like even worse because he walks out, and then Belly's crying even more. And then Susanna's like, it's okay, like you guys will find yourself back to each other. And then Belly's like, who, me and Jeremiah or me and Conrad? And she was like, all of y'all, like it's eventually gonna happen, like, you know, foreshadowing. Somehow we'll see how that all pans out. But yeah, that's a really sad scene. And then we get a really funny part where it's Steven listening to Miles' diss track, getting even with Steven.
That's funny.
Honestly, Milo read Steven down, clocked him. I'm sorry, but that was hilarious.
That was funny.
It was too funny. And then he said something about being skinny, and then Steven's like, I'm not even skinny. I'm like, what? Wow. Anyway, that was really funny. We see that Taylor's not answering his texts. So then it's the next morning.
There you go.
We still have a lot to talk about.
Girl, it's been an hour and 35 minutes. You need to wrap it up.
Well, you could be wrapping it up too, but you didn't watch the show.
Girl, you're going through every detail.
Well, every detail. I told you guys. Told you guys a lot of stuff happens in these last episodes. But we gotta talk about it. If you're still here listening, thank you.
Yeah,
we still got big important moments to talk about. So, anyways, we're almost done. I'm so sorry, so sorry, but thank you for still listening. If you are, so anyways, it's the next morning, and Belly's getting ready. The boys are still asleep when she's getting ready. She gets out of the restroom. She finds that Jeremiah is not there, and she starts freaking out. Oh my gosh, did he leave?
My girl.
She's like legit freaking out. Like she's about to have a panic attack is what it looks like.
I don't know where this came from.
I don't either.
Like I really don't.
I don't either, which is totally different than what happens in the books. Because what happens in the books is she gets out and they're both still there, and then Conrad just gives her like
Conrad,
yeah,
and then Conrad
like hopefully like she looks at Conrad with hopeful eyes, and Conrad just kind of like shuts it out, and she's like, oh, like, you know. But anyways, she goes and looks after Jeremiah because girl is freaking out. I don't know why she's freaking out.
Yeah, like what?
Anyway, she finds Jeremiah. Oh, she's calling him. Like she's calling him. She's like stressed. Girl, what? Calm down, please. So then Jeremiah shows up with breakfast, and he's like, oh, I just want to go to breakfast, like I figured you would be hungry. She's like, oh, okay. Oh. And then he's like, Belly, listen, about like blah blah, like I want you to like know that I'm not gonna get in the way, blah blah, because he thought that he thought that Belly was looking for him to have a conversation about like, hey, or Conrad talked to me, like,
yeah, and he wanted we're gonna be together. I think that's what happened. So like, it wouldn't be like last time.
Yeah,
like, he wasn't gonna shut down and like, you know, shut her out.
Yeah, because he thought
if her and Conrad got together,
because what he was going through his brain is that, oh, they had a conversation and they're back together is what was going through his brain, and he's like, and then Belly's like, no, like look at me. And then
look at me.
She's like, I talked to Conrad and I want you, like I choose you. basically. I don't even know. I don't really care. They start macking out again.
First of all, you didn't talk to Conrad.
Yeah, you didn't actually have a conversation with Conrad. That is a lie. Because neither did you start to have a conversation with him. You thought that was a conversation. Like, that was nothing. Anyway, moving on. So they're macking out for like 5 minutes, which our theory is...
let's say what happens and then say our theory.
Oh, okay. So then, yes. So then she gets back to the room. I don't know why she gets back first, but anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. What is Jeremiah doing?
Anyway.
I don't know.
But anyway, so she gets in the room and Conrad's getting ready. He's like getting his stuff together. And he's like, oh, I wanted to talk to you about last night. And then she's like, yeah, I have to tell you, something too. And he's like, about what I said last night, like, whatever it was, like, I didn't mean it. And he's like cold.
Oh, Conrad.
And then, poor Conrad. And then she's like, she's mad about it.
Yeah, she's mad about it.
I'm like, girl, you're already with Jeremiah. Like, what do you want him to say?
Yeah, like,
what do you want him to say?
I get her being mad, but also, like, girl, like, you already chose Jeremiah.
Yeah, like if he were to confess his feelings, would that change your mind? Like,
yeah, like,
not
I
really.
don't think her mind was changing. Because I think she was pretty sad.
Yeah, she was already...
I mean, I get her being mad, though. She's like, okay, Conrad, like, what the heck? You can't just play flop. Yeah. Whatever.
And so she's like, I can't even be mad at him, which clearly you are. Because look at your face.
No, but it's so annoying. I can't be mad at him because this is who Conrad is.
This is who he's always been. He's never hidden that about him. And it's like, okay, now you're like, now you're trying to read him down is what's happening? Like, what?
Conrad.
My poor boy Conrad.
Also, like, knowing... Okay, first of all.
But then she says, I release you, Conrad Fisher.
Ew, what? That was cringy.
What do you mean you release him? You're already macking out with his girl.
Yeah, like, girl, what? And let's be honest, that's not what happens. No, okay.
Someone lied here, and it's you.
My thing is, okay, you can be mad at Conrad for that, and, like, you can be like, this is who Conrad is. But in the instances where he gave and took back, like, the reasons behind that.
Yeah.
You now know the reasons why he didn't want to be with you, like, initially after y'all almost kissed in 4th of July the year before. Like, the reasons behind those things. So I feel like
she should already know, like,
you can't really be mad at him, but also, like, whatever. Like you know what? She can be mad, but also, like,
yeah, because she
be like, this is Conrad. This is who he is.
Yeah, because she can kind of read, like, wait, when he acts like this, he's hiding something,
or like there's something behind it.
Yeah, like, let's
and like whatever. Also, you're ready with Jeremiah. Like,
exactly. Like, what's the whole point? If he would have said things, what would have changed your mind? Because clearly you don't care.
Yeah, like, clearly he's just protecting himself at that point, which is where our theory comes in.
Our theory comes in is that we think that he saw them making out again.
He had to have seen them making out again in the morning, because there's those 2 windows.
Mm-hmm. There's a window on his side too.
There's a window by the door, and there's a window on his side. And I'm pretty sure there's a window in the bathroom. So wherever he was, he had a view. And when she left the room, she like
went and turned to the left.
A little, like, hall. It wasn't a hall. It was outside, but, like, in between the buildings.
Yeah.
And then went to her left to the parking lot where she met up with Jeremiah. And if you calculate it, that window, it would be in front of the other window.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or at least you could see from the other window what was going on.
So we think that our theory is that he did see her. He did see them, but, like, also because, like, wait, it's been a while. Where are they? Like, why are they?
None of them, like, neither of them were there. Yeah, he just woke up and they weren't there. So
I bet he was curious and was like, where?
Yeah,
are
like,
they?
I don't think I'd have malicious. Like, let me stalk them, but just like, where the heck are these kids?
Yeah. He could have even, like, he had enough time to, like, leave the motel room and, like, look around and see like, them and come back, and they wouldn't have noticed. Like,
like, they were making out.
So we think that that's why he switched up.
Which,
eventually I think he would have switched up anyway.
I
but
think
that either way to be more cold about
either way, I think he was gonna switch up just because in his head he knew that, like, he was gonna do what he thought was best for Jeremiah and Belly, like, whatever, like, we've been saying. Like, I think either way he was gonna switch up, but I think that was just him being like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
like he switched up real quick and in like a cold way to be like, well, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
When in reality, it was breaking him because he gives her the necklace and she's like, I don't need it. And he was like, well, it's yours. And she's like, we've done this before. And he says, well, it doesn't feel like last time.
Yeah.
And so Jeremiah walks in. His girl like puts the necklace, like she hides it into her sweater.
And now I'm like, what the heck is gonna happen with that necklace?
Because in the book
he had it. And he gives it to her before she, like, when he leaves, before she gets married. Or is supposed to get married.
Who knows? Because he even takes it away from her in the books. She had it. Remember, she was wearing it?
Yeah, like in the second book,
yeah, he like and takes he's like, well, give me that necklace. It's not even like.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but so yeah, I'm like,
that's gonna be interesting.
I wonder what
like,
journey
what is gonna happen? What is gonna happen? So Jeremiah walks in. He's like, okay, are you ready to go? And then Conrad's like, no, actually, I'm gonna head back to cousins. Like, I'll take a bus. You guys can take my car. And they're like, are you sure? Yeah. And then he's like, well, we'll see each other for 4th of July. Blah blah blah. Again, very you can cordial. Just see, yeah. And Conrad's face is just like absolutely like
super bleak. Yeah. Like, get me out of here.
Yeah, literally. And then Jeremiah's like, okay, whatever. And then they're like, okay, we'll see each other for the 4th of July. And then before he leaves, he's like, just make sure she gets home safe. And then Conrad leaves, and then Exile starts playing. So sad. Actually, Exile has already been playing.
But he has his like little breakdown outside the motel room to Exile. And it's so sad. You're like,
I need compensation for that scene, actually. Because
someone needs to give this man a hug.
You're telling me I get to see Conrad like that? What? My man cannot catch a break.
Ugh. No. I need a minute.
I literally wrote in my notes. Nah, I'm just pissed.
No, like literally. And who cares about the rest?
No, literally, that is where this ends.
No, but
it's just oh, Taylor and Steven make up because Taylor's been ghosting Steven and Steven's like, bro, what the heck? And then she's like, well,
she basically just explained that like she was insecure and like she had all these big feelings for him and like it made her scared, whatever.
Yeah. They make up, it's all cute. He's like, no, it's never gonna happen. I'm never gonna break your heart. Because she was insecure about that. So it's kind of like a little bit of like parallel kind of sort of.
These kids are crazy though. Because they're like anyways, on and off.
Yeah. Well, we find out apparently. That they are not. So anyways, they go to volleyball camp. Jeremiah and Belly are being weird. Camp. They're all like, they all hands on the way there, and Jeremiah's like, do you even know how long I've been wanting to do that? Like,
again, where did all this come from? Here.
Like, get me out of here.
I don't like it.
Irrelevant. Don't care. No, I do, but
whatever.
So then Belly, they go to volleyball camp. She ends up being back on the team because she's like, no, I'm owning up to this. Like, I'm doing this for myself, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Good for you. Good for I'm mad at you right now, so I could care less. And then during this also back and forth, we have Conrad at the cousin's house.
Unpacking everything. And we get him with Junior Mints.
And the glass unicorn.
And then the glass unicorn.
And he's all sad. Why must they do this to me? Not only does Conrad have to deal with the fact that, oh, she's with my brother now. Like, the love of my life is with my brother. Now he's reminiscing on all of their fun, good memories. How their love story began at the cousin's house.
Oh, this is sad. I can't.
They're torturing my man. Like, why is he doing this to himself? And then that's where it ends. Belly's like, when I pictured my future, I always saw it with one guy. But now, maybe it's different. I don't know what the future holds, but it's still mine. Girl, leave.
Which, like, yeah, but like, whatever.
I'm sorry. I just rewatching this really made me again see everything that Belly did, and now I'm mad. Now I'm like, girl, actually, I don't care what. I'm just kidding. No, I do care. But that trailer this Wednesday better make me.
I am so excited. Like
you a little bit more, because we're not on good terms ending the season. I'm sorry, but we're not.
There is just, y'all. I can't wait.
So then that's where season 2
I'm so excited
ends.
to see what we're gonna see.
Season 2 ends, and now we're so excited for season 3 because it's redemption story. It's
like that trailer is gonna give me life.
I hope that Belly not only, and see, I don't know, because it's messy, because I feel like this is her story and they're not really gonna make her see a little bit of her mistakes, but I really do hope she realizes, like, girl, this was your fault too.
Yeah,
like, why were you acting like that, actually? And I know she's young and a teenage girl and everything, but honestly, that was crazy. In a span of a week, she changed up real quick.
Yeah. And with that, we end, because this is a hella long episode. So
sorry. Thanks if you stayed this long. We will be back this week for a trailer. We will have lots to say. Oh my gosh,
is so fun, guys! It's our music episode.
We're out of the rewatch now. Now we're talking everything and all about season 3.
Everything season 3 is coming in the next episodes, because, guys, we're like less than 40 days away. We're like 38 days away. Oh my. Let me look real quick how many weeks that is.
So exciting.
Before it hits the 2-hour mark.
We're also going to have a character analysis between Conrad and Jeremiah. So that's not really season 3. But we are going to have
5.5 weeks, guys. 5.5 weeks? Oh my gosh. This Wednesday is going to be 5 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah.
We will see you guys very soon with very exciting things.
Oh my gosh. No, guys. It's gonna be so fun. The trailer rewatch.
Cannot believe we're actually getting the trailer. Like, we're gonna finally be talking about the trailer. Good things.
So fun. Anyway, hopefully it's good. I mean, I know it's gonna be good, but like, hopefully they don't. Hopefully
you wanted to end this episode.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.